In this video, we're going to take a look at how to use Desmos to compute a determinant of a square matrix. So I'm going to go to Desmos. I'm just going to go to my browser, just do desmos.com. And you'll see that at the home page, you have quite a few different math tools that you can use. You may be familiar with the graphing Desmos calculator, which is very powerful. Today, we're just going to focus on the matrix calculator. So it's right here, that little purple icon. We're going to click on it. And it takes us to a somewhat familiar looking interface if you've used any other calculators like the scientific or even the 4-function calculator from Desmos. And you could sort of give the matrix a name, so let's say we wanted to call our matrix A. You could just type A, or you can click the button A. So I'm going to click A, and then I'm going to hit the equal sign, and then just do new matrix. So if I click new matrix, by default, it's going to give me a 2x2 matrix. So let's just explore the functionality using a 2x2, and then after that, we'll do a 3x3, and then that's pretty much it. So I'm just going to type in the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you might say, well, how did I move from one entry to the next? You could use the tab key. You can use the arrow. So for instance, here I just did arrow left, and notice it highlighted the number 3. And if I wanted to change that, I can change that to a 6. If I do arrow right, it highlighted the number 1. So you can just navigate from entry to entry using the arrow key. If you want to do it kind of sequentially, row by row, you can hit the tab key. That's what I'm doing here. And then once you do that, once you get to the very last entry in the last row, last column, it goes to something else in the calculator. So you can also just click your cursor anywhere, maybe just highlight the number. Let's say I want to make that at 8. There you go. So that's our matrix. And then if I hit enter, then it just kind of defines it. So it says that this is matrix A. And then how would I compute the determinant? Well, if you look down at the bottom here, of the things that are predefined, you have the DET, which we know is a shortcut or an abbreviation for the determinant function. So you could click that. And then notice it opens parentheses, a determinant of what? Well, we want to compute the determinant of matrix A. So I can type A, and then without even closing the parentheses or even hitting enter, you see it gives me the number. But I'm going to go ahead and close it and hit enter, and there it is. Right, and there you go. So that's how you can compute the determinant of a 2x2 matrix. If you're wondering about, well, what if I have a bigger matrix? Well, let's see that. Let's define matrix B. Now this time I'm going to try to do everything with the keyboard, right? So none of the built-in keys or functionality in the interface. I'm just going to type stuff in. So I'm going to do uppercase B equals, but I'm still going to use the new matrix button here. And there it is, new matrix. And again, by default, it gives you a 2x2. But if you want a 3x3, you need to add a row and a column. So right below where it says edit matrix B, it says you can either subtract, like take away a row, or add a row. And then similarly for columns, I'm going to add a row. And now you can see my matrix is a 3x2 matrix, which is not going to work for a determinant. And then if I do that and add a column, then we have a 3x3. So again, I'm just going to put the numbers in. I'm just going to put some random numbers in. So I'm going to do -6, and I'm going to do 2, 1, 1, let's say 0, 99, because why not? And then 2, -5, 7. There you go. And then if I hit enter, again, it stores that matrix. So if there are other things I wanted to do with this matrix, I could do it. But again, just for this video, we're just focusing on the determinant. So when I did the 2x2, notice I hit the DET button. That's at the bottom there. But here I'm just going to type it in. So if you type DET, notice as soon as you type DET, the font changes. It means that it recognizes that it's a built-in function, and it means the determinant. Then I'm going to open my parentheses, and then I'm going to put B in there, and then woo, there's the determinant. Let me hit enter so it's saved. So you can see it's well, right now it's showing, it looks like it's saying negative 2,593. Notice that there's a little gray thing at the bottom. This just means if the output is so long that it doesn't fit in that little spot, then you might have to scroll over. But in this case, that's it. Everything fits right there. But if you see a little gray bar under your number, you might want to scroll, just kind of click and hold on it and scroll a little to the right so that everything is shown. And then if you want it, for instance, to save your work, since this is just a regular web page, they don't really, and it's just a basic calculator. There is no nice export function or anything. But you can simply just take a screenshot of what you have, and then you'll have your matrices defined, and then the determinant of your matrix, and that's it for Desmos. So yay for the Desmos matrix calculator. No lengthy calculations, and hopefully you find this useful, and I'll see you in another video.